Welcome back, my friends, to Let's Play Langrisser 2. Before the war concludes, we'll have to make it through the Black Dragon Sorcerer's trap in Scenario 26. Elwin defeated his rival Leon and invaded Velzeria Castle. While rushing towards the underground temple, they entered a large hall. There stood the leader of the Black Dragon Sorcerers, Egbert, who had been preparing to entrap the party. Surrounded by enemies on all sides, Elwin's party sustained massive magical attacks from the Black Dragon Sorcerers. That's kind of a funny line for some reason. Conditions for victory? We have to defeat Egbert himself. Finally. Defeated if Elwin is. Some level 10s, level 7s, level 5s all around. Very powerful generals. And again, we have decent items available at the shop, but nothing we really need in particular. Probably could stand to get rid of some more stuff, but first things first, want to take care of Jessica. Gonna have to shuffle some items around as per usual though. Think we can retire that iron dumbbell. Certainly don't want her to have that. Won't be able to get the most out of it, you know. Ah, Scott Lester. Welcome to the 5-star club. I do believe that makes everybody complete. Levels kind of run the gamut from 1 to 5-ish. We'll make it 6 with Hein. But the important thing is the heavy magic users are level 4 or above for the most part, I believe, so they're going to be able to get the most out of their magic, which is what we want, what we need. Now, as far as items, yeah, I guess we can do without that. Now, this is the second to last battle officially, so time to start going all out. Ballista are going to be very useful in this map. I mean, really, if you wanted to just end it quickly, your best bet is to give as many of your people who can hire Ballista that unit and just take out most of the magicians and mages and wizards from a safe distance before they can cast anything on you. And as well, you know, we have plenty of people with spells like Meteor, you know, which we can use to the same effect. Not for Scott, though. Ah, Lana. Really glad I decided to switch things up and make her a summoner. Again, having 2 agents with teleport would not have been a bad way to go, but I just don't think it was necessary. Obviously, that's something worth thinking about if you're taking this trek yourself. As always, Keith's in the back as he can catch up fast. As we're greeted by Neo Holy War, perhaps for the last time, in battle. As they all shoot up from the ground like roots. And he won't admit it, but I think Egbert still has feelings for his teacher, but man's got to do what a man's got to do. And the challenge has been thrown. The gauntlet, that is. Can we survive the magicians? Well, if Aaron's Earthquake has anything to say about it, we stand a pretty good chance. Shipping in is Hein with you-know-what. Another good strategy, if you wanted to, you can use Meteor to target a spot on the wall to let your people in, and probably gonna do that eventually, but yeah, see, does she really need that much experience? So what we're gonna do is teleport someone like Cherie, who is capable of still learning some decent magic, so that's why I went ahead and gave her the Messiah Sword. I do believe she's capable of earning Force Heal 2, which would be extremely useful, of course, so kind of want to work towards that. Nice mixture of troops on her, an angel, some dragoons, gladiators. And let's get the ball rolling. Down they go, so quick to fold under the weight of the descendants of light. Now, I guess getting rid of the archers is a good thing. If nothing else, it's going to ensure that our angel can survive past one turn, which is always pleasant. After all, they are quite expensive to hire, which is understandable. It's not often that angels offer their services to mortals, after all. I would expect them to charge a pretty hefty penny. And you kind of can't go anywhere else, so we're going to have to deal with them instead. So I hope our winged friends can make it. After all, those elves will regenerate health, but I still have other people who can take their turn, like Hein, so never mind. Down they go. Because obviously they can offer up little resistance to long-range ballista volleys. Sort of their Achilles heel, along with close-range melee attacks, swords and axes and lances and such. Yeah, really don't care at this point. We can lose a few men after all. They're able to magically resurrect their friends by just simply standing next to their commander. Don't ask me. Yes, you are. And thank you for doing so. Yeah. Compared to the last battle, this is going to be much easier. Provided you have enough people at their 5th class, or at least with capable spells and troops, there's no reason why you should struggle in this fight. Egbert is a little bit tough. Very resilient for a magic user. Strong units, but, you know, things that we know how to deal with at this point. I still need to show off Sleipnir at some point, don't I? I mean, I think we've seen it, but only briefly. It's just, you know, lacking magic. It's not really what I would consider top tier among summoners, or that is summoned creatures. I think it's the only one in this game that doesn't know magic either, so. And it's a horse unit, so if it's not fighting ground units or ballista, it's a little limited in its usefulness. Very high attack and good movement, so, you know, it's there. If nothing else, that's what the bonus videos are for. Get to see it a little bit more in depth. Such is the plan, at least. We'll see how it all pans out. Now, I'm hoping he doesn't kill him in one hit, thank you. But if he does, you know, I'm gonna live with it. After all, Lester just hit 5th class. Wouldn't be terrible if he learned Earthquake or Resist, since he is capable. Does he have enough MP to cast Earthquake is the question. I really need to look into that. Yeah, well, you guys kind of started it. You know, if we just let you have your way, I'm pretty sure there'd be much chaos and pandemonium and general upheaval all across the land. You know, demonic swords and such tend to lead to such results. Okay, he wouldn't have enough MP to cast Earthquake now, but by the time he learned the spell, he probably would. But it would leave him tapped out magically. Fair enough. That's actually fitting that a Serpent Master would have access to Earthquake. You know, I would imagine the Serpent just basically body slams the earth and causes tremors. I'm sure that thing weighs quite a bit. I think we can let him slide with that one. For those who need to get overly technical. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Logic has its place, and then sometimes you just kind of have to show at the front door. Tell them it's not welcome here. Welcome to the world of fiction and fantasy, where a man on a giant Loch Ness monster can summon lightning, which is called thunder. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is the sound that lightning makes, not the lightning itself. But again, there's that logic ring, its ugly head. Go back, get away, we don't need you here. Back to your pen. Ah, conflicted as always, Egbert. Call it fate if you want to. Either way, you're gonna fall. Can't catch her. She's the gingerbread girl. Well, the one arrow did. And you're going for the phalanx. Have fun with that. Their expression says it all. They care not a bit. Not so much as a shoulder shrug from them. Those helmets they're wearing look really heavy. Like somebody who's playing dress up with their older siblings get up. Ah, hand-me-downs. Who remembers those? I do. I had no problem with it though, I'll be honest. I'm gonna miss Egbert's theme though, because if we defeat it, we're not gonna get to hear it again. So let's try to savor this. So much better than the Langrisser theme that they came up with for him, in my opinion. I don't know why they sought to change it. I thought it was just fine. And it fits him very well. Very mysterious, very eerie, very conniving in a way. You know, hints at somebody dabbling in the black arts. And thankfully ballistae are not as dangerous to them as archers, but they are taking a lot of damage. And those lone archers are at 2 health, so there's not too much they can do. Because the nice thing about when units are at lower health, when it's not our units at least, not only can they only do the damage equal to their health in most cases, but they seem to be less effective overall anyway, so even though those archers had 2 shots left in them, there's a good chance that those shots would not have landed if they had tried. Which is why I'm guessing they did not. And Cherie probably is fine over there by herself, but I'm thinking I might send somebody else over there with her. Yeah, teleport really is a game changer. And just imagine if they had again in this game. Because that spell is pricey, it's 10 MP, but man is it worth it. Because I could have Liana teleport somebody, a sage class who had again could cast that spell on Liana, that give her and her units a turn again, and she could cast teleport on another person in the same round. It's nuts. And when you're trying to take out enemy units purely with magic like Meteor, again, the spell again. It's kind of redundant, but yeah, it's just that much more effective. It's good for expediting the fights. And yeah, we're going for his elementals. Archers don't seem to be as good against elementals in this game as they were in Warsong, but with high enough stat buffs, they can achieve the impossible dream. Not those archers though. And I have one more set, just staying out of their command range. Well, they will not venture out from, and we're going to use that to our advantage to end them. And just stay put with the rest, I think. Seeing as how that Saint is not too far away, and if I left my units on their wee lonesome, I'm pretty sure her soldiers would pick them off. Well, we can reach them instead and possibly earn ourselves another level for Elwin. Not quite. His next action will do it though. Not gonna heal though, just gonna toughen their skin. And Jessica, this is all you. Oh, didn't one-shot the ballista. But then again, she doesn't really have much in the way of equipment right now. Not much of the good stuff. No holy wand or anything like that. Or rod, rather. No carbuncle. And they won't die because she's at 9. But they're not going to do anything to her either, so... Very, very powerful, this girl. Don't you just love it? so glad she decided to join the winning team. Usually don't have any trouble taking out the soldiers with them, but you know, they have their off days too. Yeah, they were on. At this point, I really could just go straight for the commanders, but I think it's more fun to work our way towards them. You know, makes it feel like more of a battle. Also let them feel like they have a bit of a fighting chance. You know, don't want to completely snuff out their fighting spirit. Because one of the cruelest things you can do is just utterly strip somebody's will from them. The will to fight, the will to win, the will to go on. You know? Not in the business of soul crushing. Except we kind of are, because I'm pretty sure that's the end of them. And let's see what happens here. This, oh no, that won't do it. Good, good. Because there's experience to be had. And again, Aaron, I know he's got the boots still, I'm pretty sure, but even without, good enough. As a High Master, he has exceptional movement. Very, very good class. Especially if you're not the type of person that likes to rely on mercenaries. High Master's probably right up your alley. And remember, Cherie could have been that too, so we could have had 2 High Masters. And I don't think I've ever made her one. But I might try that out the next time I play this game, because with her naturally high attack, particularly if I gave her rune stones, again, imagine what damage she could do with the long range bow. Oh my goodness. Tantalizing to think about. And she is level 4, stronger magic. I believe at level 5 or level 6 she'll get force heal too, so I need flash, it won't be that far away. Orb obtained. Yeah, that's right, just a little more. She's gonna get that magic that we need. Well, we don't really need it at this point, but certainly will be a boon. Force heal too, huh? I could see that being useful. Not quite the range we need though. So we're just gonna move on up. And this will give them an opportunity to heal after the fact. They're gonna need it. As every last hit is deposited. And Keith, again, kind of relegated to the back end. But that's okay. It's really impressive how many people can learn heal 2 as well. As a Dragon Master, Keith can. Apparently, Royal Guards can. You know, I was flipping out in the last battle when Leon had heal 2, but now I see why. It's perfectly fair, perfectly legitimate, because Sky can potentially learn it too. I doubt he's going to get enough experience to earn it at this point, but just the fact that he can fills my heart with a silent joy. And I need to take my hand off of that mouse cursor before I accidentally, unintentionally click something that's going to cause the recording to spaz, or explode, or stop. So we gotta keep going. So close. Because behind the curtain that is represented by Egbert and his magicians, I think you know who awaits us. The man of the hour, Mr. B, who's caused a whole lot of trouble for us. Mostly behind the scenes, but not for much longer. And what are you doing? Okay. I guess they saw us sneaking in through that makeshift passageway and decided to join in. Greet us at the front gates. Well, hello. Let me introduce you to my 41 defense serpent master. Have at him if you will. And, okay. Tried to cast mute. Scott was immune. It missed at least. So, there you go. Again, not a bad spell, but not one that I'd ever bother using. There's just so much other stuff that's useful. I mean, why take away their magic when you can do damage? I guess if it was somebody who had heal 2 or force heal 2, it would be useful, but chances are it wouldn't stick to them anyway, so yeah. That's my issue with it. Is it summertime? Nah, not yet. Yeah, she'll definitely be level 5 by the end of this fight, so not too pressed. I think that group was the best bet. And these angels can just continue to dig in. And the heavy horsemen like the phalanx have helmets that seem like they're a little bit too big for their bodies. But again, I haven't seen their heads, so maybe it's a perfect fit. Welcome to the land of the big heads. Oh, and think of the burden on those horses it must be. Ooh. I feel for them. Is 4 legs enough, I wonder? Yeah, I do apologize for the last video. I know I talked a lot about general plans, Langrisser plans. And there was a lot of stuff going on in the battle that I didn't really comment on, so I apologize about that. You know, I usually try to focus on the action at hand. But it was stuff worth talking about. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it. A lot of good things in store for this series. It just amazes me that I didn't even know this series existed 2 years ago. Had no clue. But ever since I found out, tried them for myself, I've just been hooked. They're just so much fun. And their first game, War Song, I still could go back and play that easily. And if time and other commitments ever permit, I would love to revisit that one in another Let's Play with more experience under my belt and just really just go to town and have fun and just, you know, have a little bit more of a loose casual LP of it. Just really kind of poke fun at the game here and there, but in a loving way, because again, it's easily one of my favorites. And this time I would play the localized Western version of War Song, not the original Langrisser in English, because I was led to believe that it would not just restore the original portraits and put the dialogue in English, but it would actually be a literal translation of the original game, so the dialogue would be what it was in Japanese, but just in English so we could understand it. But it looked like it was pretty much the translation used in War Song, just copy-pasted. And I was disappointed by that, because I'm pretty sure in the original Japanese version, it didn't go the exact same way. I mean, maybe it did, but I highly doubt it. Just some parts don't seem to really add up. So, might as well just play the American version next time. Butchered portraits and all. The men portraits don't really look that bad, honestly. I think most of those weren't even changed. It was just the women officers for some reason. They just felt the need to change their portraits. I guess they look too anime for the time, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, they look kind of hideous. I don't know. Ooh. Narm, Saber in particular, I don't know what they did to her, but ooh, someone right. But Elwin being level 3 is, yes indeed. And can't let the ballista go. Gotta put him down. And that just leaves their boss, who probably will not survive this. I mean, he could, he might, but he won't. another archmage, and another orb. Calling out to Egbert, who will not do a thing for you. And... oh! Friends got thicker skin, it looks like. But how thick will it have to be to survive this? And a wand this time. Okay, and now we're maxed out on inventory. This is how you know. Oh, don't want to forget about her. At this point, we just want to move her so that she can continue to help everybody else. Because there's kind of... yeah, we want to shorten that distance between everybody. Remove the gaps that divide us, keep us apart. And her defense is really quite impressive. Might as well get this Schleppner out while I'm thinking about it. Nice shade of blue though. Almost purple. Maybe it is purple. And another Royal Flash. She's just teasing them at this point, letting them think they're going to strike her. But just when they're within inches of her, there goes the flash of light. Probably think they just arrived at the pearly gates, but no, not quite. Something much less fortuitous, I'm afraid. And gladiators. 1 out of 2's not bad. See what they can do. Yeah. Plus 18 attack, what can you say? Because remember, armor soldiers are their superiors generally. I mean, just look at the base stats. But actually, they don't have that much of a leg up on them. 23-19 versus 25-22. Yeah. Not as advanced as I once thought. But anyway, this just goes to show it's all about the commander's bonus. It makes all the difference. It's what separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls. And they just don't know when to give it up. They could have targeted the ballista, the ones who are at low health, but no, they went for Lester. The one they can't touch. Oh yes, and Egbert has a Knight Master guarding him, level 10. But Knight Masters tend to have poor defense, so he'll be easy to deal with. His troops are actually going to be tougher to get around than him. Funny enough. So, maybe we should bring Hein up. We took the trouble of bringing up Schleppner. Might as well show it off. Probably don't want to put him up there by himself, so we'll drop him here. And let's see what he can do. Against the soldier. Still took some damage. Oh, but it has poor defense, 18 before the bonus. Yeah. Not the most effective summon. Probably won't be bringing it up again. Thankfully, the item that it spawns from is very effective itself, that extra defense. And okay, it's official. Force Heal 2 at level 5. Good to know. Alright, well, she's pretty much done. And the Saint too. Get that out of here. Because the flash is quicker than the lightning. Apparently. Which makes sense because typically thunderstorm, don't you see that flash of light before you hear the sound of thunder? So, yeah, let's go with that. Let's pretend anything I'm saying makes sense. Because it's my pride. No, let's not pretend or self-deceive. Keith, what have you been up to? Not much, so let's make use of you. Get them back in fighting form. for a little bit more. And yeah, what can they possibly do at this point? Yeah, I've noticed that his stats have gone down a bit for his men since promoting, which is unfortunate. But they're more reasonable now because the bonuses he gave as a serpent lord, which is, they were a little bit too good, honestly. It almost looked like a glitch, but I don't see how it could have been. Anyway, much better summon here. Totally on board with the dragon because, you know, 47 attack. And I saw it coming. Somehow they survived that. Ooh, gets my blood boiling every time. Seems like somehow that dragon always seems to draw up a bad card. But that's fine. Kinda want to charge in with Scott, but I think he'll be okay. Let's try it out. Yep. Because he's pretty quick now. And I mean, really, what's the point of having a high-end knight if you can't ever send them charging into the enemy? It's kind of what they do. It's kind of what they're made for. I mean, look at Leon, you know? Has he taught us nothing else? Ah, Leon. Why couldn't you see the light? I mean, after all, you are a descendant of light. That's why it's so unfortunate we had to fight him. It's just twisted, it's wicked, it's cruel, it's wrong. Just, oof. This is not how it was supposed to go. Man, I didn't want to do it. I know Lana didn't want us to do it. But again, when the stakes are this high, sometimes you have to put your personal feelings aside. This is where we find ourselves, at least, in that wizard. It's tougher than the archmages. Probably more defensive, at least. BDDD. Shooting in vain are the ballista. And okay, here comes Egbert. That might hurt. Pooh. Oh, he has the dark rod equipped. You know, it's the equivalent of the holy rod. Except it might increase your spell damage even more. All I know is it one-shots ballista, so yeah. If I cast resist on them, they may have survived it, but just barely. But who has time for resist at this point? We're gonna teleport. Right about... Because I want to leave space for everybody else, so I guess I can put them on this side. The rest can come up from the other side. Oh, let me mention really quick, because I almost forgot. We haven't seen any secret items for the last few battles, if you've noticed. There is one here. It is a rune stone, which is kind of humorous. But again, if you're going to use the scenario select code, there is a use for it. If you want to travel back in time, you know, revisit some old memories, see the sights again. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, so we're just going to sell it. But again, do want to show it to you, in case you're interested in it. It's right by Egbert, so we're not going to get it till the end of the battle, probably. So with that out of the way, let's bring Cherie and her men up a little closer as we enter the fourth quarter of this fight. Not too much left here, obviously. Again, if you want to target the enemy chiefs directly, this goes a lot quicker, but, you know, what can I say? I like to milk. And Keith is going to help out Lester and his compatriots finish up this end. First him. Because you want a job done right, sometimes you really just gotta roll up your sleeves and get it done yourself. And it's like everybody here has a Ouroboros wand, which is nice, I guess, but aha, Couldn't finish him, but still. Our ballista have the superior stats, but sometimes that doesn't matter in the end. Not when you're dealing with RNG. I wonder how hard it is to program RNG in games. It might be pretty simple and basic. I have no knowledge of programming, so I really couldn't say. All I know is some games seem more fair with it than others. Lana, I guess she can just heal. If nothing else, it's an excuse to get more experience, so actually gonna try to make the most of it a little bit. I mean, if I really want to make the most of it, I could move some of these units at full health, so like so. I think that'll be better. There we go. And that's everybody. Yep. And they got her level 5. Because why wait till the end of the battle if we don't have to? In phase, turn it back over to the Eggmeister. And Jessica's gonna try to reach him one more time. In vain. Okay, a little bit of explanation here. So that's why he turned tail and switched sides. Okay, so he had his reasons. With enough power, they can unite the entire continent, he says. And he thinks that at that point dealing with the force of darkness would be trivial. And that's why he craved power that can destroy your soul, as she's kind of alluding to here. What will it do to your heart? He says, this is my way of life. Yeah, it must have been some strong Kool-Aid he was drinking. Leon definitely got a bit of that batch. But on the other hand, if we use and abide by the power of darkness, won't the results still be the same? His Highness has chosen the latter means. But exactly, it will corrupt and taint your heart, your mind. That's true for the weak-willed. We won't know unless we try. Yeah. Sounds like Egbert is a bit of a gambling man. And sometimes you gotta know when to drop out and drop the chips. Walk away from the table. Doesn't seem to be his forte. As we embark upon turn 6. Yeah, these ladder fights move pretty briskly. As they should. We're pretty powerful at this point, I think. Not too much that can stand in our way. Or withstand our advances. I think this group, they're just kind of done for now. I mean, unless I want to teleport them over, but really, we've got enough juice. We've got Elwin. We've got Jessica. We've got Aaron, Cherie, Hein. And she's just going to pitch in with attack up. So Elwin doesn't have to be bothered about casting it, he can just move in. Ooh, 19 plus 22. Which gives us a staggering 41 attack on our elves. Nice. A little over 3 in the morning as I'm recording this, so... But you know, this seems to be one of the quietest points in the day, so that's kind of what I'm going for. Oh, by the skinniest skin of their teeth. That's alright though. I wonder if that Nightmaster has any healing magic. He shouldn't, because he's not a royal guard, but I don't know. Egbert could heal him though. If we give him the chance. Man. So disappointed in Schleppner. Not really sure how you pronounce that either. I'm guessing that's a reference to Odin. Apparently Odin had a horse with, what is that, 6 legs, 8 legs? I'm really not up on the mythology behind him, so I can't say. Yeah, Aaron's attack is not what it used to be. That's the only downside to the Arbalest. But we really don't need him killing at this point either, so it works out in the end. You know, turn the enemies into fabric softener. And, okay. Destroyed terrain seems to be a problem for most of our units. It's almost like being on desert territory all of a sudden. Something you don't really see a lot of in the Langrisser games, which I guess is a good thing. Now, if this was a Shining Force game, oh yeah, there'd be some desert battles. And that would slow us right down. And hey, okay, I'm glad we started pouring some experience into him still. Got that earthquake spell. I was actually not expecting to see that. So that's great. Might help out in the next battle, where it's really gonna count. Oh, that's gonna hurt Scott. Oh, or not. Oh, I gave him the Mirage Robe, didn't I? Yeah, that's really the best armor in the game, I think. Just having that magic resistance, it makes all the difference. Oh, listen at him. Big talker. For not much longer. Ugh. Yeah, they're done. So long, my friends. Freedom awaits you. Okay, attack one more time, I think. And then we can wrap this up. Starting with the elementals. Of course, turn undead is the easiest way to deal with them, but it's not really necessary at this point, and I only have a couple of people who can cast that anyway. None of them really need the experience. Okay, Elwin learns resist. That's actually a pretty useful spell, so the more people who have that, the better. Lester can learn that as well too. Not sure what level he needs to get to. And with that attack, they should be able to finish them off before they can reach them even. And decent experience because of the Messiah Sword, I'm sure. And the Dragoons, they're pretty much done. They can't get anywhere, so we're gonna leave it to the Princess. Oh! Never saw it coming. Amulet. That's pretty useful, but I don't really need that either. But definitely don't need that many orbs. Level up. Yeah, Cherie's just fine. Right up there with Hein now. Yeah, I don't think Egbert's gonna take the Knight's advice. He's not going anywhere. Just as stubborn as Leon in his own way, really. And like Leon, he does have some redeeming qualities about him. I mean, he's just not wicked to the core, you know. There is reasoning behind his decisions, even if they're not the best, or the brightest, or the wisest. You know, his logic, however flawed, does have some merits to it. Ultimately, he just is a person who thinks that the ends justifies the means, and that's where we differ, really. Because the means do not always justify the ends. You know, if I have to rid the world of half the population in order to bring about peace, is that even real peace? Was it worth the price? As always, there'll be those who agree or disagree, but I'm going to have to say no. It's not worth it. Peace for who at that point, you know? You know, because what about those who denied the right to life? But enough of that. This isn't philosophy class. This is Langrisser 101. And the first rule of Langrisser is keep your people healed up, even if they're not seeing any action. Because it's experience for you. and it builds up morale. You know, have to let the people know we care, even if they're just hired hands who will not see any action past this battle. No, especially not them. Okay, get your last hits in. Enjoy it while you can. Elementals are immune to magic as always, so that limits what we can do with them. But when in doubt, their defense is not even that high now that I look at it. 31. They should be much more manageable than they are. But still, they're not as tough as the ones in the first game. Now, those were a pain. Oh, out of range. Guess who wasn't paying attention right there? Hands up. That's better. No resistance that time. And that just leaves Egbert. Now we're going to stand her there and not attack so we can pick up the rune stone, which we don't have room for. Fix that. And let's see what Aaron can do to Egbert. I'm sure he won't finish him off. Ah, couldn't even take him to 7. But that's fine. In my experience, Egbert is pretty resilient. I think it would be fitting if Jessica dealt the final blow, provided she can survive. Now he might be resistant to this, I'm not sure. Yeah. Miradro plus the Dark Rod means he's not going to take any damage from magic for the most part. If at all. And now he's back up to full health. So maybe if you can drop a few more damage on him. Oh, come on. Well, same as he did before. I can't really complain about that. Now, maybe the archers will have a little bit more gumption. Make an impression. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we needed. Once more, I don't think this will finish him. It might. Easy, guys, easy. Okay, can't ask for more than that. Alright, Jessica, you don't need the experience, but... yeah, he's kind of got us there. Yeah. He's a little bit stronger than her. And we've obtained the Dark Rod, we do want that. You'd think we wouldn't be able to use something like that, but we can, and we will. Definitely going to one of our magic users, probably Jessica or Hein. And... do I need another Mirage Robe? I guess I don't need an aura. Hate to drop something like that, though. Yes, we can change the world. And he knows he's going to hell, or so he thinks. If he had a second chance, he would... oh, man. Egbert, why did you make us do it? Why couldn't you be a little more patient? Do things the proper way? That's what it was. He just couldn't wait. He saw a big problem looming and he just basically wanted to deal with it in the fastest way possible. Just accumulate vast amounts of power. So he staked his life on Bernhardt. Truly sad fate indeed. And it's time to close the book of history on darkness and end all these tragedies, these senseless tragedies. And that'll bring us to the final battle, and Keith learned Heal 2. That is amazing. Jessica's got Blast and Protection. We're doing great, guys. But it's not over yet. Thanks for joining me for this fantastic ride, but we're nearing the end. Scenario 27 will be the finale. Until then, have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.